morning, students. Welcome to all in my class. In last class, we have discussed about the title, about the poets, and the rhyme scheme of the poem A Sum of Life. Today, we will discuss the stanzas of the poem. Look at stanza number 1.
Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. First, we will discuss about the meanings, difficult words. In first line, tell me not. That means, do not tell me. In line number 1, mournful numbers. That means sad songs. In line number 3, slumbers. That means sleeps. How he explained these lines, let's discuss. In line number 1, he explains that he doesn't want to be told the length of his life. In line number 2, he told that dreams are normally fantasy and far-fetched. Life is not an empty dream, that it can truly be great, and it is real and has a meaning. In line number 3 and 4, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Here he told that even when you are alive and awake, doesn't mean that you are living. Someone that doesn't take part in life. In this stanza, the speaker begins by asking something of his listener. He is close to the point of begging, desperate that his host fears which will be revealed as the poem continues are not confirmed. According to some philosophers, I feel like life consists of heavy weight and empty dream. Some others told, I feel my life is empty, I have everything, but nobody is mine. Only dreams are mine, which I wrote in my quotes. These philosophies, which were condemned by the poets. He is asking his listener at this point not to tell him that life is but an empty dream. He doesn't want this person to break down the statistics, facts, and numbers of life. It is an attempt to make sense of it. The speaker doesn't see, nor does he want to understand the world in that way. In the second half of the quatrain, and for the majority of the poem hereafter, the speaker is attempting to fight back against the idea that life can be broken down into flat, emotionless numerics. He states that a soul is dead that is able to think of the world in this way. The person who analyzes the world so carefully is making a mistake. देखो पिलाମାନେ, କବିତାର ପ୍ରଥମରେ କବି ଆମମାନଙ୍କ ମନରେ ଜୀବନର ସମ୍ବନ୍ଧରେ ଥିବା ଭ୍ରାନ୍ତ ଧାରଣାକୁ ବୁଝାଇଛନ୍ତି। ଅନେକଙ୍କ ମତରେ ଜୀବନ ତ ଏକ ଅବୁଝ କବିତା, ପଢ଼ି ବୁଝି ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ। ଏ ଜୀବନ ନୁହେଁ ସୌଖିନ କଣ୍ଢେଇ ଖେଳି ଭାଙ୍ଗିବାର ପାଇଁ। ଅନେକଙ୍କ ମତରେ ଜୀବନ ଏକ ଶୂନ୍ୟ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ, କିନ୍ତୁ ବାସ୍ତବରେ ସେପରି ନୁହଁ। ଜୀବନ ବହୁ ଆଶା ବହୁ ଆକାଂକ୍ଷାରେ ପରିପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆତ୍ମା ନିହିତ ବା ମୃତ, ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଜୀବନର ପ୍ରକୃତ ରୂପ ଦେଖିପାରେ ନାହିଁ, କାରଣ ସେ ଜୀବନର ପ୍ରକୃତ ରୂପ ଦେଖିବାରୁ ବଞ୍ଚିତ ହୋଇଥାଏ। This is stanza number 1. Look at stanza number 2. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust the art, to dust the returns, was not spoken of the soul. Look at the difficult words, meanings. Earnest means seriously committed to work. Grave, place of burial. Goal, that means destination. Dasto art means according to Bible you are made from dust. Dasto returns, you will become dust again. These are the difficult words of this stanza. Look at in line number 1. Life is real, life is earnest. That means he explains about a sign of promise of what is to come. In line number 2, 3 and 4, and the grave is not its goal, dust the art, to dust the returns, was not spoken of the soul. In these lines he told, we are not meant to live and die. We are meant to be remembered, to be reminded. The narrator continues on with that reads as a desperate attempt to contradict what he was afraid of in the first stanza. He exclaims, for any to hear that life is real and life is earnest, he is enthusiastically supportive of the idea that life is worth living and that it is worth something real. He believes that there is a reason to be alive other than getting to the grave. He elaborates on this belief when he describes the endings of the life as belonging solely to the body and not to the soul. When the words dust the art, to dust the returns were spoken, he says they were not in reference to the soul. So Socrates told, all men's souls are immortal, but the souls of the righteousness are immortal and divine. ପିଲାମାନେ କବିତାର ତୃତୀୟ ପଦ୍ୟ ଖଣ୍ଡରେ କବି କହନ୍ତି, ଜୀବନ ହେଉଛି ବାସ୍ତବ। ଜୀବନର ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ଶ୍ମଶାନ ଯାତ୍ରା ନୁହେଁ। ମଣିଷ ଜନ୍ମ ହୋଇଛି ମରିବା ପାଇଁ ନୁହେଁ। ଅବଶ୍ୟ ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ଚିରନ୍ତନ ସତ୍ୟ। ଯିଏ ଜନ୍ମ ନେଇଛି ସେ ଦିନେ ନା ଦିନେ ମରିବ। ଧୂଳିରୁ ଜନ୍ମ ଓ ଧୂଳିରେ ଏ ଶରୀର ବିଲୀନ ହେବ। ମଣିଷର ଦେହ ପଞ୍ଚଭୂତରେ ଗଢ଼େ। ସେହି ପଞ୍ଚଭୂତରୁ ଗୋଟିଏ ମାଟି। ମାଟିର ଏ ପିଣ୍ଡ ଦିନେ ମିଶିଯିବ ମାଟିରେ। ତେବେ ଏହା ଶରୀର ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରଯୁଜ୍ୟ। କଥାରେ ଅଛି, ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ଚିରନ୍ତନ ସତ୍ୟ। ଏହା କେବେ ଆସିବ ତାହା ଜାଣିବା ଆମ ପକ୍ଷେ ଅସମ୍ଭବ। ଆତ୍ମା ପାଇଁ ଏକଥା କୁହାଯାଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ। ଆତ୍ମା ଅବିନଶ୍ୱର, ଅଜର, ଅମର। ଆତ୍ମାର କ୍ଷୟ ନାହିଁ କିମ୍ବା ବୃଦ୍ଧି ନାହିଁ। ଆତ୍ମାକୁ ଜଳ ବୁଡ଼ାଇ ପାରେ ନାହିଁ କିମ୍ବା ଅସ୍ତ୍ର ହାଣିପାରେ ନାହିଁ। ଜୀବନର ଅର୍ଥ ଦେହ ନୁହେଁ, ବରଂ ଜୀବନ କହିଲେ ତା ଦେହ ଭିତରେ ଖେଳୁଥିବା ଆତ୍ମାକୁ ବୁଝାଏ। Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow finds us further than today. This is stanza number 3. One difficult word is there, destined. That means decided by fate. Look at in line number 1 and 2. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way. That means we are unaware of how we will end our lives. Life is not a bed of roses, nor a distress. Look at line number 3 and 4. But to act that each tomorrow finds us further than today. In the end two lines of this stanza, explained by the poet about what we have acquired or how much we have. It is about knowing that who are now is better than where we started. The speaker in this stanza, he continues his discussion of the purpose or point of life. He does not believe, nor will he even consider the possibility that life is made to suffer through. Additionally, he knows that enjoyment is not one's predetermined destiny. There will be both of these emotions along the way, but the greatest purpose of life is to act, with the intent of furthering oneself and those around one. The narrator is confident in his beliefs and knows how to live his own life. So, one of the iconic personalities of India, Swami Vivekananda, told, everything is easy when you are busy, but nothing is easy when you are lazy. ପିଲାମାନେ, କବି କବିତାର ତୃତୀୟ ପଦ୍ୟ ଖଣ୍ଡରେ କହନ୍ତି, ଜୀବନର ଅର୍ଥ ଗୋଲାପର ଶଯ୍ୟା ନୁହେଁ। ଜୀବନର ଅର୍ଥ ଉପଭୋଗ ଭୋଗ ବିଳାସ ନୁହେଁ। ଜୀବନର ଅର୍ଥ ଦୁଃଖ ଦୈନ୍ୟ ନୁହେଁ। ଜୀବନର ଅର୍ଥ କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ, କଠିନ ପରିଶ୍ରମ, ଦେଶ ଓ ଯଶ ପାଇଁ ଉତ୍ସର୍ଗୀକୃତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ। ଏମିତି କାମ କରିବା ଯେମିତି ଆମର ଆସନ୍ତା କାଲି ଦେଖିବ ଆମେ ଆଜିଠାରୁ ଭଲ କାମ କରିଛେ। ଆମ କାମ ହିଁ ଆମର ପରିଚୟ ହେବ। ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ତ କଥାରେ ଅଛି, ନିରନ୍ତର ଚେଷ୍ଟା ଏବଂ ନିଜ ଉପରେ ଭରସା ରଖୁଥିବା ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି କେବେ ବି ଜୀବନରେ ଅସଫଳ ହୁଏନି।
Today we have discussed stanza number 1, stanza number 2 and stanza number 3. The rest stanzas will be discussed in my next class, in my next video. So till that, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.